am headed to my daughter's GI specialist appointment, and I am really hopeful that this appointment is going to go very well. We have seen so much growth in baby girl, and I am just so happy with how far that we have come in this journey of her and her tummy issues. To completely cut out dairy around 1 month postpartum, and that has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do, on top of exclusively pumping now because baby girl would not latch. There was just a lot of things going on with baby girl in the beginning, and looking back now, I know exactly what it was, and for the majority she was just hungry. Poor thing wasn't getting enough from my breast, and I wish that I could go back and I could just bottle feed her and give her what she needed at the time, but unfortunately I can't do that, and we just have to look at the pros of how far we've come. Nutrition recommended that we see a GI specialist just because baby girl was still having some symptoms. Even though I had cut dairy out completely, she was still having mucousy stool, and that was a cause of concern. And so what we did was we sent away her stool to get tested. There was no blood in her stool or anything like that, so that part was all great. But we were still concerned like there was mucus in the stool, but our GI specialist assured us that everything looked great otherwise. Baby girl was growing as she should. Really thought that because of all of these changes that we made, such as bottle feeding, making sure that we were fortifying her milk with formula so she was getting extra calories. She was on reflux medication for her reflux. All of these things were going to then lead to success. So at our last appointment, we said that we would meet in like 2 months, and today's the day. Appointment could not have gone better. The doctor's like, she is doing amazing. We can stop her reflux medication. I'm still gonna be fortifying just because she is on the smaller side, but she could just be a little petite baby. She said that I can go back to eating dairy, and Blake can tolerate dairy. I am so excited. I'm so proud. Just so excited that everything is finally like figuring itself out. What she was saying was that at 6 months, in solids, Blake has been like so much better in terms of just her spitting up and her stool and all of that. So she said that we can start giving her like 3 meals a day, which is honestly going to be a challenge just because of me like coming up with 3 different meal options, but have 3 meals a day and just like really get used to that. And she made a good point that they're just a little mini version of us, right? We eat 3 meals a day, we snack here and there. She said that, you know, her snacking is basically breastfeeding and feeding from the bottle, and then I would just feed her 3 meals a day. So happy. I feel so relieved. I feel like all of the craziness from the newborn stage is finally past us, and we are just focusing on the future. And now we're like back to normal, back to like square one of just pumping and feeding her, and I can eat dairy. I'm not